An audiobook by Absalom Maleek Philpott, a.k.a. Maleek DeFreek, the sexual intellectual, the relationship expert. Mating Season, Relationship 101 and Love 098. Chapter 1, Checkmate. How he knew, how our love ended, sweet, sweet revenge. After being used by the woman I loved, I played informer. It's 3 a.m. Do you know where your mate is? If not, then you best check your mate. Chapter 1, Checkmate. Dear Lex, you knew your girlfriend, my old girlfriend Portia, was mad at you when you decided to roll with your friends last night. Then she started catching that women's intuition vibe when you got lucky with some sister that took you home from the club and sexed you down. I hope you at least used a rubber. 1 out of 3 got some sort of sexually transmittable disease, you know. And not answering your cell phone, it really made her imagination run wild. But not wilder than the shit she's into. I can't believe it's so hard for you to comprehend and put together all the clues that I left for you. You see, you ordinarily get home about 6 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, I got her call. I live right down the hall in the same complex. Lucky me. I wouldn't really call it luck. After all, moving in right down the hall, I have to admit, I've been hoping to get her back. So your girl finally asked me to come visit after all the flirting we've been doing with each other over the last few months. Yes, those same few months that you've been arguing, becoming stressed due to your turbulent relationship. By 5:15, I had her up on the sink, my tongue down her throat, and my fingers in that velvet soft pussy. I know I see and speak to you every day, but how was I supposed to reject your girl with my flesh stalk already in her mouth and me promising to eat her love pie later on? By 5:30, I had her panties wet, her pussy ready to come, and her mind concocting some scandalous scheme for me to be in that ass as soon as possible. Oh, here you come now. Didn't you think it was strange that she's been home all afternoon and just realized she needed you to pick up something from the store? You gotta check your mate. Especially when you feel something is strange, but you didn't. Lucky for me. As soon as you were out the door on the way to the store, we started off where we left off. My penis down her throat, and me thinking to myself, I would never lick the kitty of a woman that already had a man, or would I? I mean, your woman is so fine. I've masturbated in my bathroom just thinking of her image, with orgasms more intense than women I was inside of physically. I mean, she gave me mental orgasms before I ever had a taste of her insatiable nectar. So when she paged you while you were at the store to make sure you were still in the store and took numerous rings to answer the phone, didn't you suspect something? What about the heavy breathing you inquired about as I French kissed her second pair of lips while you were still on the phone? Your girlfriend asked you to bring home chicken gravy for the spaghetti you were having for dinner. Wake up and smell the coffee, my brother. I'm going to admit, I did nibble on your girl's love pie and dove into her sex pool without a bathing suit. I just couldn't help myself. I guess freakiness operates in strange and mysterious ways. When you finally did get some notion that she might be up to something, asked her why it took her so long to answer the phone and why she was breathing so hard. How could you accept the excuse, I'm jumping around because I'm happy you're home from work, honey? I mean, I almost choked on Poontang Shake, I laughed so hard. Check it. See, quick goodbyes are always clues to something going on, especially when she didn't even wait for you to say goodbye. After she hung up the phone, I lifted her up on the nearest object I could use to have her legs wide open, and pussy likewise. I mean, sitting where my mouth had easy access. The the washing machine. And we were lucky. I got her up on it right when she was washing clothes, and it was on that spin cycle causing a lot of vibrations. I had your girlfriend's legs overhead and shoulders, easy access for my body, my mind, my soul, not to mention my face. We used cucumbers, whipped cream, honey, mechanical mechanisms. I mean, we were all over the kitchen counter, the kitchen table, and your tile floor, which was cold but uninterrupted. I'm talking about foreplay to the 69th power, tongues flicking clitorises, fingers in and out of that tiny little fanny at the speed of light. Whoop 69 as I engaged, and she was hungering for more of my probing tongue. Nibbles upon lips of tender femininity that's pink all the way on the inside. I started labia licking lightly, slowly. Your girl started trembling. She started running, timidly tiptoeing north, but I grabbed those thighs and pressed her muff onto my chin chair. I started osculating her tide pools along the walls of her dark forest that was perfumed with the scent of Victoria's Secret. The peach scent had my mouth watering. Your girl started moaning, uncontrollably pleasured out of her mind as my face forged deeper, deeper, 7 oceans deep into her succulent slice of love pie. She started mumbling about feelings of warm, comfortable atmospheres, non-harsh sounds, feelings of beautiful warmth all over her body. As her mind anticipated future relaxation, her body savored the release of tension that rushed to her pelvic area, and then it rushed through her pelvic area like water through a broken dam. Then she got louder as she started telling me about the feelings of passion that was radiating through the rest of her parts. I could hear her heart pounding quickly. She started taking quick breaths as she climaxed, coming deep, hard, screaming about deep, warm waves that rolled over her body and through her loins in beautiful African rhythms. I mean, we were growling like animals as she came into my mouth. There was so much orgasmic juice I started to choke. Infinite waves, wave after wave, like the Pacific Ocean. She finally started coming, once, again, twice, once, again, and stopped coming all over my bearded chin as the washing machine stopped its spin cycle. But I was just starting mine. The juice was so warm and tasted so sweet, I wish they sold that flavor Kool-Aid. They would call it drops of life. I shot quickly up her entire body with my tongue tasting her sweet perspiration on every curve of her stupendous proportions. When I finally reached her breasts, they rose like 2 volcanoes about to erupt. I rubbed my cunt-scented face and mouth between them, around them, on top of them. I was like Jack Frost nipping at those nipples, and all of a sudden she grabbed me by my ears, pulled my mouth close to hers, and gave me a powerful kiss that lasted for an eternity, as to say, thank you, with all my heart. I lifted your girl on top of my shoulders, face full of fur burger. I rushed her to your king-size bed with silk sheets, brass headboard. I threw her on that bed like she was a rag doll and started long stroking your girl's pussy doggy style, so that she could feel every inch of my organ of orgasm, in and out with a smooth motion from my sensitive tip to my dark, hairy-toned testicles. They were now soaked with cum from your girl's second, third, fourth orgasm she started having as I smacked her ass, pulled her hair, and made her call me daddy. As she cried out, "Go, daddy, fuck me harder," screaming at the top of her voice, it turned me on even more. I mean, the scent of her sweat, mixed with her perfume, added with the aroma of her cum all over my face, aroused me to the point of ecstasy. Hell yeah, I called your girl's name and told her everything I owned was hers. I was whipped from our first encounter. You had her love for a couple of years now. No wonder you're whipped. You see, my experience in dealing with women like your girl has taught me how to keep my emotions in check, not to expect more than what I get. I've been a guy on the side for so many women. Sometimes I wonder if I'm worthy enough to be that main guy. The tables certainly seem to be turning when it comes to men and women relationships. Women are acting like men are acting like women. You see, I'm writing you this letter to break the cycle that we as men are falling into, so I'm giving it to you straight. I know you may be upset with me now, but if you think about it, I ain't do nothing she ain't let me do. Then you'll get mad at your girl, but if you think about it, she ain't do nothing you ain't let her do. There's no one else to blame but yourself. Now I know love can blind a bald eagle, but Stevie Wonder could see her true colors. And if he couldn't, Ray Charles would tell him. Let's review the clues that I left for you, my brother. Didn't you notice her hair twisted all over her head right after you paid to get it done? What about the glasses I left on the end table, you know, on the side of the bed you usually sleep on when you spend the night with her on our side of the room? The extra towels I used to leave in the bathroom on top of the shower curtain rod? The toilet seat I left up, along with the extra large t-shirts I left lying around in her room? The strange codes in her pager, 143, means I love you, you know. The hickeys on her chest never made you think. But what about the times when the phone would mysteriously ring once, then later on that night, you would catch her on the phone, 3:30 in the morning, talking to her quote-unquote just a friend? And the eyewitness accounts of your buddies telling you they spotted her sitting at the bar with some handsome brother with a full beard that sort of looked like you, but better. Maybe the fact that at night she ain't even give you a verbal good night. And that all important "I love you" right before you go to sleep together. My brother, I bet she seems quite exhausted from all that vigorous fucking. Right to sleep in her own blanket, her own dreams, her own side of your bed. Sometimes doesn't it make you feel like you're in bed by yourself? But you're not. You're sleeping on all the baby gravy that I shot on your covers. That's probably soaked within your mattress you sleep on every night. Just like my love is soaked within your girl's memories. So the next time you ditch your girlfriend to get with somebody else, worry about what body your girlfriend is getting with. I know you may be upset with me now, but if you think about it, I ain't do nothing she ain't let me do. And then you'll probably get upset with your girlfriend, but if you think about it, she ain't do nothing you ain't let her do. Infidelity is something that comes with the territory when you fall in love. I don't know. I don't think I'm willing to take that chance. What about you? It's 3 a.m. Do you know where your mate is? If not, you need to check your mate. Good night. Sincerely, your brother, Maleek DeFreek, a sexual intellectual, the relationship expert of the writer's block. Chapter 1, Checkmate, of the book Mating Season, Relationship 101 and Love 098. Coming to a store near you. Audio version available, also paperback. You can contact me at Maleek DeFreek at yahoo.com. Spelled MALEEKDEFREEK at yahoo.com. Thank you.